Hi. So, I did a video earlier in reference to learning how to walk. I've had a few experiences with a few in the LGBTQP community. Or plus, I guess, it's still P. It starts with a P. But anyway, so growing up in New Jersey and going to New York, I met quite a few. I just didn't know that's like. I understand there's names and stuff like that. It's just one of those. Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, one day, or a few different times, realistically, a few different times when walking around in New York, there were a couple of times where I saw some females standing on a corner, and I was like, oh, "You are so pretty," and I was like, just really short. So I was like, probably about like 4 years old because my biological mother was pushing the stroller, and my biological mother, "Get over here, don't you?" And one of them goes, "Well, thank you," and I was like, I want to look like you when I grow up. Which is ironic because of certain things that it's just a reversed version. Because of the tucking versus the strapping on-ing. And so, but I can't wear wigs. I'm actually really pouty about that. I had told my hairdresser, Lindsay, she does the haircut stuff. I do the hair dye. And so I was telling her, because of the pain levels in Washington State, I was thinking about like just shaving my head completely because of the amount of weight, because of the amount of zapping, all that sort of stuff. I think it was either just before or just after getting the waxing part right here going, and here. And I spent weeks looking online. And I was just, and I dealt with the pain to do that. Like that's how, like, I was determined, because I was like, maybe, I in my thoughts, I was like, well, I can shave my head and then like wear like a wig. And then I forgot I have headaches. Despite dealing with them constantly, I did have that headedry. Palm Sunday in 2000. I can laugh at myself about it, because apparently it does take a head injury to figure out that, dealing with headaches. Because I didn't know. I literally looked through so many different wigs, and I'm like, ooh, I want that one, and 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 I just put them all in the like wish list thing, like maybe, and then I'll just like decide from them, and because I don't want to buy the first one, I want to make sure that like I get what's like, and so after weeks of forcing myself to deal with like the laptop that was zapping me as I was looking through the different stuff, it's like, that hair is long that I am looking at. I'm not looking at bobs. I'm not looking at shoulder length. I'm looking at hair that goes down like long. I'm just, I deal with headaches. Again, just shy of a month of looking at this. I didn't tell anybody until after I came to this realization. So I'm looking at like my thing, the wish thing on Amazon. I was like, And as I'm scrolling through, like I'm looking at the different, like I had the ombre looks and the like really bright color, but like then the normal hair color, like all different ones. I'm just like, huh, I need a haircut. Oh, that's right. When I woke up from the coma and I was in medical hold, I had long hair. And over the years, after getting out of medical hold, over the years, my hair just went from like here and got shorter and shorter and shorter. How dumb am I? I'm pretty dumb. Okay, well, this will be a funny story to tell my hairdresser who shaves my hair because of how heavy it is. I don't know how, like I know I did some pictures with a wig before once, but it was just like one picture and that was it. It hurt. Oh. And all these different thoughts just and I'm like, well, I'll go look at my map and the room I'm being kept in. I'm just gonna stare at it and try to look at stuff right now because I feel really dumb. I close the laptop, turn it off, whatever, the whole thing. And I go to listening to the news or whatever, and I'm just like, looking at the map on the wall. I'm just, I am so dumb. I really thought that I could wear wigs, which have hair, like some of the hair that I was looking at was like all the way, like really long, and I'm just like, I couldn't handle hair past here after my head injury because that was too heavy. And I was looking like really long. Well, at least I could figure out how to go for my Medal of Honor art projects because I'm apparently too dumb to figure out that, well, I guess it takes a head injury to figure out that that's heavy. And then like my mind started going, and it's like, not just the hair length, but then there's like the netting that probably keeps it all together. And then like how, like, I mean, I know that you have to use glue, so then that's like some form of weight. And this is before like finding the drag show. Like, and so I'm just, pretty dumb right now. I feel so dumb. Instead of I feel pretty, I feel so dumb. Dumb, dum, dum, dumb. And so I told my hairdresser, when we were both still in Washington State, she's in Texas too, and it was just one of those, so Lindsay, I got something that you might laugh at. And she was like, what? And I was like, I did something so stupid. And she was like, what did you do? And I was just like, oh, well, you know why I get haircuts, right? And you know how I wound up in Washington State. I explained that to you. And she's like, yep. Told me about that dance hall thing. And I was like, yeah. And you know how I've been working on my Medal of Honor art project? She's like, yes, I do. And she's, cutting my hair and stuff. And I'm just like, so, I explained the whole thing about the looking at the wigs and stuff. And she's like, but Susan, I cut your hair like at least once or twice a week. I know. I'm dumb. I did go from college algebra with trigonometry and calculus to second grade math, and I have cognitive issues. So I think that's a cognitive thing right there. Just like, yeah. I'm doing the like haircut thing. And I was like, so yeah, I'm not gonna get any wigs. I'm sad right now. But hey, at least I know it won't make my headaches worse by wearing the wigs. And then like I found out about the RuPaul like drag show thing, and I was like, oh, maybe, because like shortly I'm like, oh, maybe I can work on like my cognitive stuff. And so I forced myself to watch the show. Not that it was not entertaining, that's not it at all, but like those lights in the background were like, and then with my headaches and stuff, and so big deal for me, and just saying like, but I want to look like RuPaul. She looks so pretty when she does like the girl. I mean, she's handsome like as a male too, but like so pretty with like the girl stuff and like the stuff, and not that there weren't like a bunch of like, but they're all, yeah, but like, so I'm like watching them. And you know, again, I've recently done the video of I learned how to walk because I had been taught by either a cross-dresser, a drag queen, or someone that was in transition, one of the three, or technically could even be a combination of. And so learned how to walk in thigh-high, heeled, stiletto, pointy toe boots, which I'm going to guesstimate, obviously I'm dumb when I say this, I'm going to guesstimate that they know the difference on how difficult that is, and like the literal difference between like learning how to walk in like open toe stiletto, you know, heels in comparison to, you know, being drag queens and stuff. They obviously know that, and that's cool. You know, I got to learn. I got my baby steps, pun intended, from that. Not in a disrespectful way, just giving credit where credit's due. And so, you know, not only that, it was one of those, oh, like, how do you do, is that cool? What's foundation? Like, I'm literally listening as best as I can. I was like, what is foundation? What is that? Is it, oh, it hurts to look, but oh, like, I'm trying so hard. And then I was like, oh, let me see if I can figure out who is who. And I could never, I just realized they might have put their names at the bottom of the screen. But I was trying to look at it. It's a little late now. It's been a couple of years since I watched the show. So, you know, but it is what it is. But I couldn't tell. The only one I could tell was RuPaul. That was it. That was it. I could tell RuPaul, and that was it. All the rest of the candidates, I'm like, I'm trying so, like, oh, I want to look like that. I want to look like that. I want to look like that. And it's like, how do they do their makeup like that? I want to watch. Ow. Ow. Not that I was laughing, it was or giggling, whatever, just, oh. Maybe I can tell, like if I watch them put their makeup on, maybe I'll be able to tell. No. I can't tell which one's which, but they all look great. I want to look like all of them. It's like and obviously I couldn't go out of the room and discuss that with my now ex-boyfriend, because anytime I stepped outside of the room, he got angry at me. And I was like, all right, well, never mind. I won't, like, it didn't matter what I was discussing, so I was just like, oh. Excuse me, all right. Go back to my room. And so, you know, but it's just one of those, you know, it's just kind of like, remembering that, and then like remembering the aspect of like, it would be interesting if RuPaul actually knew David or was able to like figure out that one, because I sent my books to a whole bunch, like the first two in specific, and I mean, I was talking with David when I was a child, and I was just like, yeah, you know, I don't see what the problem is. Like, you know, because there was this one point, you know, and I had already talked with him a few times about different things, and I had already had shown him how I was moving I was taking the Barbie dolls and the G.I. Joes, and I was switching the body parts. And I was like, one day he was like, "What are you doing, Susana?" And I was like, because Sonny and Joe or Jose were from the Dominican Republic. "What are you doing?" And, "Oh, I'm just, you know, this one felt like being a girl. That's what I'm doing." Like, duh. You should know. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, David, but you should know. And he just, Susanna, what are you doing? You know, the G.I. Joe arms can go on, like, a girl Barbie body, and it did. It made my biological sister so mad, but it didn't matter to me. It was just like, and then some of the other females that, you know, I was babysat with at Sonny's house, and it's just, yeah, do. Go melt that there, go melt that there, with, you know, using the sunlight with a magnifying glass. It took a long time, but I got it to do it. And, you know, and then when I could, I'd sneak a lighter and just, that makes it so much quicker. I'm waiting there for hours for the sunlight to configure the right angle, and then, there it is. But David, he was just, we had discussed a few things, and then he was just like, "Well, you know, since you're okay with that?" "Yeah. Why wouldn't I be okay with it?" And he was like, "Well, not all of the Barbies and not all of the Ken dolls and not all of the G.I. Joes did you do that switch." "Well, some of them wanted to stay the way they were. Some of them did. So I'm doing that." And he was just like, "Oh, okay. All right." Oh my God, I'm watching this. And so, you know, there was this one particular female who went to Sonny, her house with Joe and Jose, and, you know, she had like this huge collection of Barbie dolls and Kens, and there was another guy who had a huge collection of like G.I. Joes and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and, you know, it was usually when they were watching, like, what was it, Gem or something like that. I was like, I don't want to watch that. I'm gonna go outside, and you're gonna leave your Barbies and all that stuff outside. That's cool." All right. And then it was funny because Duke, the Weimarander, would randomly take them while they were playing. They would never like pay attention, and then take it back to like his doghouse. And I was like, whenever they'd be doing that and watching like whatever, he'd come out and like he'd have one in his hand and be like, or mouth, and be like, "Here you go," and put it in my hand. Just like, good boy, good boy. So, you know, one day, you know, after David obviously knew that like I had no problem with certain things, he was like, "So, what if I haven't told anybody?" And I was like, "Okay, I haven't told anybody that's not in my group." Okay. Okay, now that you're, what's up? And he was just like, "Do you think, like, what you just put together," because, like, one of the few ways that I would actually play with, like, the little Barbie house thing is with, like, the different, like, making the different couples. And so there would be some Barbies with some Barbies, and some Kens with some Kens, and some G.I. Joes with some G.I. Joes. But then there would be like the ones that were changed and stuff like that, and they were together. And then there were some of the ones that were changed that were with like a female, and then some that were changed that were with a male. And I was just, like one of those big like Barbie houses that were huge. And then like Sonia had all those like doll houses that were big. And so put them all together. Do you really think that's okay? Yeah. Why not? Why wouldn't I think that's okay? I wouldn't be putting these together if I didn't think it was okay. Why are you asking me that, David? And he just kind of looked at me, and he was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm playing with like the dolls and stuff, but why? Why are you getting all like sad and stuff? Like, why? Like, why are you getting sad? Why? Did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble now? And he was just like, no, oh my God. So what were you gonna tell me? That you supposedly didn't tell anybody but me? It was like, I did clarify that, after I asked. He's like, yeah, I was talking with some of my friends. I'm like, yeah. Is that what you're calling them these days? Is that what they're called? Is that the term? And he's like, what? And he's like, so I think I might start dating someone. I was like, oh, what's his name? And he looks at me, and he took like a few steps back, and he's like, I'm like, what's his name? I couldn't stop. I stopped playing with all the stuff, and I was just like, because he was older than me, so he was much taller than me, and I was like 5, 6 years old. What's his name? What's his name? Babysitter. And he's just looking down at me. He's like, really? Well, yeah, okay, so I really like him too. Like, okay. Yeah. And so, but later on, he wound up saying, like, he had gotten a job at the Gap, and I was like, oh, you gotta do me a favor. And he was like, what? I was like, you gotta, like, I'm so proud of you. And he's like, oh my God, okay, go ahead. I'm like, that is, when there's a competition, he's like, yeah, do it. Do it. And like, like that's because that's all. And he wound up winning the competition first try. And so, yeah, first try, he got the whole competition for the Christmas thing. And I was like, glitter! Glitter everywhere! Glitter! The irony is I just realized there is a large amount of individuals in the LGBTQP community. Specifically a few of those letters that are like, glitter! More! More glitter! More shinies! But yeah. I was so proud too. I told everybody at school, like, I mean, I was a kid, but it is when I was like, my babysitter's son did this, and they were like, what? He did all by himself. He did this and he did it. And some of the individuals, very few select group of males were like, tell us all about it. Tell us, please, tell us. Like, and he did this, and now he's going to New York City. And they were just, and I realize now they might now be a part of the LGBTQP. Because there's only a small select group, specifically males. None of the females cared. But that is what it is. And so you have to just, and he's gonna do it like nationwide and stuff. All of them were like, I want to grow up and I want to be just like him. You gotta work real hard. But yeah, so, I was just thinking about all that, and, the irony is, I would guesstimate like every single hairdresser, does not matter of what orientation, would be like, you deal with headaches? And that's why your hair looks like that? Oh. Yeah, you're right. Apparently it does take a head injury to figure that out for you. And we do hair professionally. Yeah. And then every LGBTQP or but especially the drag queens and transgenders and yeah, they especially be like, oh. That's cute. But no long hair for you. It took me a bit to figure that out. I mean, I only had the head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000. Today is what? The 21st of March in 2020. It took me by technicalities it's kind of half and half, because it took me several years to figure out, it was like 2000 to 2004 or 2005 before this, and then I guess I forgot, because I do have those memory issues. But then, from like 2015 or 2016 to 2020. I figured it out. Don't be jealous, but apparently it does take a head injury to figure certain things out, so, including for me. You guys have a good one. Like and share my video, the official one, and subscribe to my channel and share and stuff. You guys have a good one.